Alright, welcome back everybody. At the end of our last video, I was just getting ready to put um, the liquid portion or the custard portion on the stove to heat. Remember that was milk, flour, sugar, and salt. And we had to stop because the camera ran out of memory, which was good because I have been cooking this mixture for the last 30 minutes. The recipe says 15, but I have found that it takes longer than that. And what you do is you cook the mixture that I had told you about in the first video until it begins to thicken. And then you will be taking a dozen eggs, because of the fact that I'm making 3 times the amount that the recipe calls for. The recipe originally said 4 eggs, and you're going to separate them. Separate the yolks from the whites. Now, ideally, you want the eggs to be at room temperature, especially the egg whites, because we're going to be making our custard from that. So I have already put, after I have cooked this liquid for about 30 minutes and it has begun to thicken, I have already poured in the egg yolks into the batter or the mixture, and I have been cooking it for about another 5 minutes. Two things you need to remember. You're supposed to cook it on a low heat, depending on your stove, and also keep this mixture in motion. If you let it sit any length of time at all, you will scorch it and it will not taste good at all. It will have a burnt taste. So this is about the hardest part of the whole recipe, is standing here and keeping this in motion the whole time you're waiting for it to thicken. So what I do is I start it off like on a medium heat so that the mixture will get hot fast, and then I turn it down the whole time, stirring it. Alright, now and I'm just about at the point now where as far as I'm concerned, it's of the right consistency. It's not going to get real thick, but it will thicken up over time as you pour it into the pan and let it cool. Alright, now
You already have the pan ready?
the pan, what I have done while we were away, is I lined the pan with vanilla wafers and then put a layer of bananas on top of it in order to save time. Now I'm going to turn the stove off, and then I need to add some vanilla to this mixture. I'm going to take it off of this eye so I don't want it to scorch. And it says to put let's see, the vanilla is 1 tablespoon, so I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of vanilla in this mixture. There's 1, 2, 3. Like I said, you don't have to be exact on your measurements, but just close is good enough. Alright, now I need to stir that in. My eye's been turned off, so it should be okay. Alright, now, since we've already got our vanilla wafers and bananas on the bottom of the pan, our first layer, what I'm going to do is pour this custard over them. Not real thick, but just thick enough to kind of cover them. I usually use about half of it. And then I can take my spoon if I need to and just kind of spread it around to make sure that all the cookies and bananas are covered. And then we got to repeat the process. We're going to take more cookies and just spread them around. I don't know about you, but the more cookies the merrier. Some people like a lot of bananas, some people don't. We use about a box and a half of vanilla wafers in ours. Like I said, once again, it just depends on what size banana pudding you're going to make. And how much you like cookies. There's no exact science to this. It's just whatever you feel like doing. Okay. Now we're going to put some more bananas on top of those. Now for this size pan, this is almost like a pan that you would cook a turkey in. But like I said, this is so good and it goes so quick. If you want any leftovers for the next day, I would suggest that you make a fairly large serving, because this is definitely something that if you love it, you can't get enough of it. Alright, that's about 4 bananas that we had put in there. Now I'm going to take the rest of the custard and pour that over. It smells good already. Clean out the pan. And I don't know about you, at our house we usually fight over who's going to get to lick the pan. The cook never wins though. Alright, we'll save that pan for somebody else to enjoy. And we're just going to spread this out. See, I could make actually even more custard because there's room left over in this pan, but that's okay. This is a pretty good size serving here. Now this would be great if you're going to have a family get together or friends over. You should have enough to take care of everybody. Alright, I'm going to move this out of the way temporarily. The next thing that we are going to want to attempt to do, because this has been one of my biggest challenges, is to make the custard. This is where I have found out that, number one, the egg whites preferably need to be at room temperature. Plus, it's better if you use a glass bowl. Let me plug my mixer in here. The recipe that I had calls for a 1/4 cup of sugar and 4 eggs, and since we're making a triple batch, we're going to be using 3/4 of a cup of sugar and 12 egg whites. It's on low right now. I'm just going to have it on low right now to kind of mix everything in, and then I'm going to turn it up. Now this part here may take a little bit, I don't know. We don't have editing capabilities yet on our camera, so Bear with me. Let's see if we can get this to fluff up. So I'm just mixing the egg whites and the sugar. Hopefully here in a little bit it will begin to change. And if it doesn't fluff up as much as I had wanted it to, you're still going to get a topping that's similar to like a whipped marshmallow topping, and that'll work just as fine. Because we're going to take this when we're done and pour it right over the top of the banana pudding. It's starting to change a little bit.